1 second. Sorry, quick. For some reason,
You don't
not
have a
connecting to
second,
the Wi-Fi. I'll whip you away in a second.
sir. Hey, but what? How are you not on the Wi-Fi? Did it put you on another network? There goes Wyatt.
This is all recording. Oh, yeah. Just stayed on where you're at.
All right, whenever you guys are ready.
We've been recording.
Oh, I guess.
I will try to edit it. Don't worry.
Nah, let it go.
Your internet actually went worse connecting to Wi-Fi.
So whoever's
Yeah,
you were stealing before, you should have stayed on that one.
I don't steal a key. Oh no. I don't know. My Wi-Fi's been acting up all day. Anyways, welcome everybody to another episode of
Holy fuck!
Damn, dude.
What the hell is going on here?
I don't know.
Hey, it's one of our greatest intros ever, man. Shut up.
Let's go ahead and try this again. What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Three Nerds on a Sunday, where three nerdy friends talk about all things nerd, geek, and pop culture related. I am 1/3 of the nerd, Sonny. The other two nerds that make up this round table are Manny and Frank.
Oh, hello. This week you get all three.
Yes. All three noids are on the screen.
This week you get all three for free. Did you guys hear about OnlyFans, that they're not going to let people be as nude anymore?
Yes, like they're getting rid of like the sexual content, or pornographic content, which is
they're
built
still
around.
It's still going to happen, but not as much. That's basically what I read.
So
why would they do that?
Public image, I don't know.
I
had someone explain it to me, or I guess it was in a video. It was like, if you stick something up your butt, that is not allowed. But if you show your butt, that's fine. Oh, okay, I guess whatever. So there you go. There's your guidelines, I guess.
Is that one of our news articles then?
Just now. OnlyFans. Dun, dun.
OnlyFans, where you can't put things up your butt for money.
That's right.
All right.
But you used to be.
Let's follow up on OnlyFans talk with some comic book movie news. It came out that how much Rob Pattinson is making for Batman, and he is making a measly $3 million. That threw me for a freaking loop. I don't know. I felt like you guys didn't really care or weren't really surprised or anything like that.
I think it's been a trend to do the back end deals, but now that was probably he made the deal before everything happened. So
yeah,
and not only that, it is kind of normal for, like, I guess the first timers to get low. I read how much Holland made, and it was something similar to this, but I forgot what.
I wonder how much he has made on the Spider-Man movie, the standalone movies.
It's out there. I think he ended up going to like 10 million or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I like that kid. He's good. Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, $3 million.
That's my news.
I'm tired of hearing about this movie. I just want to watch it. That's part of why I didn't really react, and then I figured it was a back end deal, and maybe it was a little risk for them to go with Rob, and he was just like, well, guess what? I'll do it for $3 million, and if it rocks, then give me a little more. He just wanted to do it. I don't know.
This also read that it's like one of the biggest universes that they're making for Batman, like ever, because there's an HBO show that's going to show up for it. There's different things. So he's probably going to get some of it from that. But we shall see.
Or he could just text ScarJo and ask her for tips on suing a big company like that.
Right.
So how did you sue them? What exactly did you do?
Or you could be Emma Stone and not sue him and just get a sequel.
Yeah. I don't know.
But you
The
know,
whole industry is on its heels. I mean, not only the business deals and movie attendance and what was it that there was some other recent related news like where Suicide Squad I think dropped to $1 million for the second week or something.
Mhm.
They're doing awful.
It was like a 90% drop, something like that, and
they are projected to do worse than In the Heights, and In the Heights did terrible. A lot of people, although critics and some fans are praising the movie, it's not really showing in the numbers at all.
Yeah, because everyone gets to see it for free for 30 days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. It's kind of interesting because it's a comic book movie, you would want to go see it or something, maybe in theaters.
Nope, I don't.
It's weird, man. I used to want to. It's just, man, it has changed though.
I might even skip Shang-Chi because it's not showing up on this.
Dude, I didn't even know Shang-Chi was happening already. Like in a week.
Yeah. And I probably will go see it just because it's the MCU. But like, if it was for Suicide Squad, I probably would have waited the 30 days. I'm actually surprised I waited, or I went to go see A Quiet Place in theaters.
Yeah.
That was super surprising for me.
That one I was okay watching at home, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I actually almost preferred to watch that at home. I don't know, there's some movies that are going to be like that, but with the variant kicking in again and all that, there's nothing really pulling me to the theaters right now.
Can't believe that shit.
And it's not really even the variant holding me back. The variant probably holding back some people, but I mean, box office numbers don't mean shit right now.
The Fear Train is in full steam right now. It's picking back. They're really drilling it in, trying to get people to be cautious, and then people are used to watching it at home, and you can do it for free. You don't have to spend $80. It's just the benefits are not really there. They are and they aren't. I mean, I still miss it, but it's just, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I can't say I miss it, man. I can't say I miss it. The times that I went to the theater, it was too loud. For me, the quality wasn't even that great to begin with. Like, I don't know.
The quality is there. The sound, I mean, alone, you're not going to get that sound at home. Unless you have some mega setup and things set up. Well, I'll tell you, I don't miss 30 minutes of goddamn previews. That is just hell. I hate it so much.
Honestly, that's probably what I miss the most.
that long though? 30 minutes? And what if you don't care about 8 of the movies out of 9? Like, what do you do then?
No, because if I'm going to go to the theater, I already know that I'm going to probably somewhat like the movie to begin with. So I'm not going to be too worried about it. And sometimes I'll watch trailers on there that I normally don't watch at home.
Yeah.
So that's why I
remember
miss those a little bit.
I remember you would get more out of certain trailers, even if you watched it 10 times at home first. But then to see the trailer for something you really you're dying to see at the movie theaters, I remember you would get really into it. So I could see that for certain ones, but it's like I just couldn't.
Yeah, not everything.
Stuff, yeah. Everything. Oh, there goes the movie business.
What did we talk about? What did this start from?
Well, Pattinson making $3 million, and then we spiraled into the movie trends and stuff like that, and people not seeing stuff in theaters.
Oh.
Sonny's quiet. He's like, I love theaters, man.
I do. I mean,
I'll pay that popcorn, and I'll pay nothing else.
Yeah, popcorn and pop. Yeah, that's what keeps them afloat. But it's just nice to sit back and hear two old farts. Oh, the sound is too loud. Oh,
it really is, dude.
It's like 2 notches too loud. And there's certain parts in movies that are just where you just want it to stop, like where it's droning on and on with certain scores and stuff. And it's like, gosh, stop.
Oh,
Wish
sure.
this wasn't this loud, you know.
Not everything's hit or miss, but I would prefer it to be a little bit louder than too soft. Because if you go, because again,
Well,
I'm going to see a movie on a big ass screen with a nice sound system in a nice theater, not some like little rinky dink theater that that hasn't changed the screen in 30 years, but like a nice, clean, nice sound system. It's great.
yeah.
You know,
I mean, there are times when I missed. There were certain movies. I mean, I think Godzilla vs Kong would have been awesome, IMAX or at least Dolby Atmos or whatever the one is with where they have those red speakers on the side.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a few movies definitely would have been awesome. But I think, man, the majority I was okay with not watching in theaters. Like I was like, I was okay watching this at home.
I mean,
especially when it's like you were anticipating it so much and then it just wasn't that good.
Sure, well, I mean that happens. But
4 hours of my time.
I really like to watch I like to watch the big movies in movies, but I also love to see the ones that are kind of hard to find, like the one that Georgetown plays. Like they had Pig, with Nicolas Cage. I couldn't go because work has been just a bitch for like the past 3 months. But I've gone at least 3 times back to the theater when I can, and I've enjoyed it every time. But I love seeing like and a hard to find movie or something that was played at a festival with that certain crowd there, and they get it, and it's cool. Like it's weird. Like I love comedies, but I don't like to see them in theaters because people annoy the fuck out of me. They're on their phone or like shut the fuck up, I can't hear the joke. Like
you're going to the wrong theater, dude. I haven't had someone on their phone in such a long time.
For real?
Yeah.
I actually haven't been back to the theater yet.
Well, I'm talking about pre-pandemic days too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, there were still some people, but it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. So, I mean, at this point, it is what it is. Creatures of habit. Everyone's used to now watching shit at home, and now it's going to be hard to break people out of habits because people are like, well, I'm used to this now. I'm not going to change. So fuck you.
There's a lot of habits like that.
Yeah.
Entertainment and non-entertainment wise that are going to be real hard to shake after all this.
Like OnlyFans, but
Well, like you guys are talking about like the movies and the sound quality and all that. Like that all pertains to like these high-end big tentpole movies. But if you want to go see like a drama like Booksmart 2 and all that, you really don't need all that jazz for that movie.
You don't need all that. But it doesn't.
And that's the point. It doesn't really make sense.
Because like a really a well mixed soundtrack or sound in a movie makes the big difference. Like hearing something in the background. Again, they don't have like, yes, it helps movie like the Avengers, all of them, or any Marvel movie, but like there's certain like Baby Driver, like hearing that soundtrack and all those little like.
But see, that's different though, because that's Baby Driver. I'm talking about like Booksmart and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that movie was made for you to listen to.
Like a good mixing of, because again the music could be too loud in the movie, you can't hear the audio. The audio is too loud, the music's bad. So if everything is right, if the movie is mixed well, that the stereo system is gonna make everything pop and just sound crisp and clean and nice instead of.
It does, and it actually you start to get that sense of escape more in a theater, even if it is a drama and not like a big tentpole.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, things have changed so much that it's just not enough for me.
Oh, sure, and again, like it's creatures of habit. Like everyone's used to going to theaters. Now everyone's used to being at home with HBO and Disney. Like, well, I guess we'll just stay here because we're used to it now. And then
HBO Max is a ridiculous deal.
Yeah,
I mean, all those movies that they're gonna drop in theaters, they're just like, here you go, just watch them.
Yeah, I mean, like
they're not even trying to charge you the $26 like Disney.
Like either Disney or HBO. Again, it's possible that they didn't care, or they didn't quite understand how streaming works. Because like Netflix, what they do is
Yeah.
they actually kind of anticipate. Okay, so like if let's say Will Smith signs on to a contract, he goes, okay, we kind of figure this movie came out in this time of the year. It's projected to maybe make this much, so we'll give you on top of what we're paying you this like this much because we think this is how much the movie would actually make. Disney goes, Scarlett, we paid your money, although it's a pandemic, we can't help it that there is an escape clause in our contract says we don't have to pay you in the act of God, but out of goodwill.
They try to play the victim about it.
Yeah,
like, oh, we don't have any money. I'm sorry, I can't give you an extra $5 million, which means nothing to us.
And PR is something that, especially when you're Disney, when you're all about your PR, it just helps to be like, you know what, we'll pay her,
Doesn't matter
much, but
does not matter one bit to them.
Streaming
they could be seen as evil. It won't matter. It will not affect them.
That's not.
But
Well,
see, the reason. So I'm on Disney side for this, dude, because look at Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi, they're not releasing on. Prove my point wrong, then, please. Shang-Chi, they're not releasing in the theater, right or wrong? Or I'm sorry, on Disney Plus, right or wrong?
I have no idea.
They're not putting it in Plus.
They're not. If you use the internet, it's not. Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow, they release on Disney Plus, so they try to give her every amount or every chance to make as much money for that movie, because I got a feeling they knew that her paycheck was signed up for those tickets. And what I read is that they counted those as those ticket sales, which is about right, because it's $15 a ticket for 2 people. Yeah, for the premiere.
Okay. So anybody who bought premiere, she would get money.
Yeah, she'll get a certain.
What is she trying to say? She's trying to sue because she thought she would get more if they didn't put it on premiere.
Correct, because her ticket, her
good luck
paycheck
proving that. You can't really prove
for tickets. So if that was true, if Disney's just money hungry, they should have done the same thing with Shang-Chi, and they're not doing that with Shang-Chi.
Yeah, but those are a bunch of unknowns, especially Shang-Chi himself.
So you would think to get more money to get that at home, that you would spend $30.
They probably are sick of getting.
Premiere,
dude, they're sick of getting bad press on their movies, so they're just gonna be like, you know what, forget it.
Premiere hasn't really panned out the way they wanted it to. Like Black Widow was the biggest one that they've done so far, but everything else has been kind of like, in their eyes, it's kind of they're like, okay, cool, we don't have to pay the theaters, we don't have to pay this extra fee, so technically we get a little more back. But like they didn't boast about like, oh, it actually worked until Black Widow, so that's even a gamble on itself, because again, like $30.
And I think they only boasted because of that, because they heard Scarlett was going to sue. But normally they don't care about announcing numbers like that. It's like Apple; they don't announce numbers like that. They don't need to.
They're trying to have a paper trail. They're trying to have that,
Yeah.
That says, it did well. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I hate getting into this side of things because ultimately it's frustrating, and it's it brings you back to the real world where these things are supposed to take you out of the real world. So
it's frustrating, but it is good to have a conversation every now and then, just because again, like we always wonder why like certain movies don't get sequels, or why certain actors like stop being in big things, or when it's like kind of like cool conversations to have and just kind of like speculate, because I'm pretty sure there's a number of people that we saw in that one movie. Oh, they're really cool in that, and then the studio screwed them over, or they screwed themselves over, or some kind of deal fell through, and then now they're doing movies with Steven Seagal, like on straight to DVD. Now, you know what I mean? It's a cool conversation. I don't have
Bruce Willis. I mean, look at all of his stuff is really crazy. Like I was thinking about this the other day. After Live Free, no, not Live Free. Die Harder.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it?
No, the one. Damn it, I don't even remember the name.
The one with his son or something.
Yeah, like the son. That one. After that one, they were just like, forget Bruce Willis, fuck him. and then from there
because I think also something else came out about Bruce Willis too.
Well,
if I'm not mistaken.
People were sick of him being a dick and like asking for too much money, and just not wanting to cooperate, so they're like, you know what, get this guy out of here. And I'm like, finally, I mean, geez, stop letting him be a dick all the time.
Yeah, I mean, you're just an actor, dude. Calm the fuck down. You're not that important. Relax.
Well, he thought he was.
Yeah, but that's like it's cheesy to say, but you give someone fame, it shows who they truly are. So it's
I think he was just riding high for so long.
But,
yeah, I mean, yeah, Keanu Reeves. So. And I've heard that he has, some really difficult real life stuff that he has dealt with. So I mean, despite all that and despite the fame, still a good dude.
Yeah. So
as far as I can tell.
So tries for good people. So I think it's really cool. Again, I don't want to have these conversations all the time.
Why I brought that up, but
yeah, no, I mean, it's cool. Again, like I don't want to have these conversations all the time because it just makes you realize business is business and it's always dirty and it's about the bottom line. But every now and then it's good to have kind of talk about it.
Shang-Chi, man, I really want to watch it, but I don't think I'm going to be able to for a while.
Yeah.
Just because you don't want to go to the theater with this variant going on?
Yeah, and I mean, I would have to go by myself, if anything, and then at that point, I don't know if I really want to. I don't know, man. Just, yeah.
That's fair enough, man. I mean,
he looks fun, though, man, because, I mean, martial arts is up my alley, and if you put that together with Marvel, I'm all for it. But I'm gonna have to wait on this one.
Fair enough.
Did you guys hear that they might push back Venom again?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right now, what is it supposed to be? October or something?
Next month. No, isn't it next month or October? I forgot.
I don't know.
It was October to get the Halloween time.
The hype train has been derailed on everything. Like, I didn't even know Shang-Chi was coming, like I was saying earlier, and Venom. I don't know any release dates or anything.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Like a rolling thing,
we're still waiting for James Bond to come out.
Yeah,
now. Jesus.
James Bond needs to come out on Amazon already, man.
And just wait for that.
Oh yeah, they bought it. I mean,
so just show me James Bond already.
It's like, how do they make money on people simply streaming it?
That's actually one trailer that I got psyched for when I saw it in the theater for watching. I don't know what, but like I saw the trailers a couple of hundred times already at home, Super Bowl, all that. I was like, yeah, I want to watch it. Yeah, that looks cool. Yeah, that looks all right. And then I saw it on the big screen at the movie theater. I'm like, holy shit, I want to see this.
Yeah.
Like I got goose pimples. But that movie just needs to come.
Yeah, I agree. Waited too long, and Halloween kills.
They're holding. But,
yeah.
How about Returnals? I really don't want to see that movie.
I
have like zero hype and like maybe half a point.
It's zero hype because you don't know it. You don't know about it, right?
And even I was never a fan of the comics. I mean, that doesn't always stop me, but it just doesn't look to me really that great. There's too many of them. Why are there 8 Eternals? And it's like I gotta remember these weird ass names. What do they do? What's their damn point? It's like, oh, they don't even connect. Oh, they stayed out of the Thanos thing because of who knows why. And it's like,
the latest trailer.
You gotta watch the movie to find out.
That's what I heard. That people were saying that it explains it or whatever. But I'm like, I don't give a shit.
That trailer looked good as shit.
Did it?
It looks like a Marvel movie, but it doesn't look like a Marvel movie at the same time. It looks different, but like it's a Marvel, but it looks different. It's shot different. It looks gorgeous. Like the movie looks absolutely gorgeous. If anything, I want to see it because of the cinematography and the camera work. Kind of like
like a matte tone, and it's got a lot of lens flare.
It feels kind of like it was shot on film almost, but I almost certainly wasn't. But I mean, it has like that really
not so crispy.
Beautiful.
It has like some kind of like veil over it or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Again, I don't know how they're gonna fit in. Well, I guess there's. I don't know if it was. I don't know what that character was. They teased something and showed something, and obviously we know what may be coming down the line. So that's pretty interesting. But no, I mean it looked
It's
good.
like an odd thing to do. Like, you don't need this right now. You really don't. As far as MCU, like,
Don't need
I
what?
think they're. I
you
think
don't need the
they're.
Eternals. Like, you don't need them right now. It just seems like a waste of time, and you're taking away from other stuff.
I think they're also just trying to just get it out of the way.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Because I think if anything else, this is going to lead to something else. Like maybe not right now, but down the line.
Maybe it'll be like cosmic related, and then Fantastic
That's
Four
the thing.
could lead in.
That's
Who
the
knows?
thing. It's this is definitely big in scale wise and where they come from and all that kind of stuff. So it's not like we were gifted by the gods and hidden this mountain. There was like we're from up there. Oh, so no, I mean again, look really good. The cast is pretty solid. But yeah, I don't know. I am intrigued to see not necessarily how it fits in, but what it can lead to. So
Sure. Well,
Yeah, I think it is cosmic stuff because I mean, Guardians kind of went there. The last movie is going to be Fantastic Four.
so you know,
So I think, and the plus, there's like now big people, like big, huge things.
yeah.
So they got a hint like at Galactus and all that kind of stuff, and
yeah.
and so I think that's what it's kind of for.
Yeah, so
I miss
I
movies
mean,
the
yeah.
way they were, to be honest with you. Like, not necessarily theaters, but I liked how things were before. I felt more excited. I felt like more, movies meant a little bit more to me. Now they really are back burner for me.
Why is that?
The quality has been bad, honestly, on a lot of stuff that I was looking forward to. When I finally watch it, I'm like, ugh, like this is too long, or it's too boring, or it sucks, or that was great, but it's once in a while. It's really a lot fewer and far between that I actually think something's great.
Does it I'm just asking questions. Is it possible because maybe you're burnt out of everything from the first three phases, or just because these are so unknown?
I was talking about movies in general.
No, right. But I mean, since we're on the topic of like the Eternals and like the hype is dead, all that kind of stuff. So I'm just kind of curious if it's like
no, it's really targeted towards the Eternals themselves. Like, I just can't get into them. I never got into them. Even when I was heavily into comics, they would always try to push them or revive them, and I would try it, but I was just like, this isn't for me, really. Not fun for me. And then the trailers, I didn't watch the latest trailers, so I really maybe should before I talk. But I mean, the first trailer, I was like, it looks nice. I mean, I'm not like dying to see this.
Yeah.
That's the feeling I had. So I'm not dying to see it.
Okay. I was just kind of curious on that, but I mean, valid point. I mean, if it's characters you just don't care about, they have to make you want to care, and if they can't do that, then you're.
I mean, if anybody can, they can, because I remember when nobody gave a shit about the Guardians.
Right.
And all of a sudden they are like the coolest, for a while there.
Cool. So
it's definitely possible with any character, really. Even if you think it can't be done. I mean, look at Gunn, what he did. Polka Dot Man. I love Polka Dot Man now.
Polka Dot Man.
It's so cool. It's funny. It's like, he really did something with that. And it's not easy to do. So.
Yeah.
And especially he was following up on a movie that a lot of people hated.
That's true.
He kind of had the deck stacked on him. Did something cool. So. It's possible that the Eternals could be cool, but I just so far, not me. I'm not like completely on board.
That's a no for you, dog.
Yeah. All right. We good on movies? Or you guys got anything else?
Just got one more piece of news. A sad piece of news. Martial arts legend Sonny Chiba died Thursday. due complications of COVID, died at age 82. Um, some of the younger moviegoers might remember him from Kill Bill. He was, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the name because I know I'm gonna fuck it up. He is the one that made the sword for the bride.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, he was in many martial arts films. Probably one of his most famous one was Street Fighter, Return of the Street Fighter, and I think Sister of the Street Fighter as well. It was a trilogy, if not maybe four. He's been in like 209 movies since he started acting. He was in Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift for like a small cameo. He
I didn't know that.
he shows up. Yeah, he was the godfather of the guy with the godfather of DK. Shows up in the white suit.
Of Donkey Kong.
Yeah. Yeah, Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong.
But no, I mean, if you love those old school style martial arts films, you definitely at least heard of his name at least somewhere at some point in time. Never quite reached the status of like Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan, but definitely has like a cult following for sure. And yeah, just sucks to see him go. Again, I grew up on like King Boxer and Street Fighter and all those old films from like the 70s and 80s, and I love that shit. So, you know, sucks to see him, but
oh yeah, absolutely, man. For Quentin, must have been. I mean, I know more recently I learned like how much he loves some of those old martial art movies from like his childhood.
Mm-hmm.
So it must have been like completely amazing to get somebody like him, get Gordon Liu, and all those other guys that he got for Kill Bill. And man, it's got to be crazy.
Oh, I would have been shitting my
Like,
pants.
how did he get them to agree to that? Like, that's crazy, man.
Here's a picture.
Yes,
I think they saw the script and was like, "This looks fun. Let's do it." And I think they had because like they both had a lot of fun in those movies. So tell when someone either is really good at the job or cares about like, oh, I'm just having fun. This is really cool. So
yeah, I think Gordon especially because he was always like the pupil, and now he gets to be like the dick master and beat people up. Yeah, Hattori. I mean, not Hattori. Sonny Chiba as the swordsman, or not even a swordsman, a blacksmith.
Yeah. Craftsman.
Cool. I think he didn't even speak English, right? He spoke his native language.
No, he spoke. Probably not as much because I think I remember him going, "I will make the sword." I'm like, oh, he speaks English. Holy shit. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, he spoke some, but
yeah.
So I just wanted to bring it up.
Dude.
Keep his name alive. Keep the old ways alive.
Another cool Sonny out there.
Yeah.
He's dead now.
There's very few of us, but we are legends. So, so that's it for my news.
All right. I want to bring up the Pokemon trailers that dropped this week. Did you guys watch them at all?
Yes.
Acreus, and then the Diamond and Pearl I don't really want to talk about because honestly it looks like a lazy port. And they skipped Gold and Silver, so it's like, come on, you guys, what the hell are you doing? But Acreus,
I would like to think they're working harder on Gold and Silver.
I hope, because I want it to look like Pikachu Go or whatever that was, Easy Pikachu. That looked really nice. It was a very nice upgrade. This looks like a step back, but I don't know what they're thinking. But the Acreus is, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but that's how I'm going to say it.
Sure.
It is more of like the open world thing that everybody's been wanting forever. And the gameplay footage, I mean, it looks pretty cool. There's certain things that you've always done in Pokemon, like throw a Pokeball, try to catch, or do battles, that always like switch to a screen and the Pokemon just stays still and you push a button and it just kind of does an animation and it does it. But in this trailer, it was like it didn't switch. Like you still stayed in the open world while you're doing those things.
Mm-hmm.
And then you did really cool stuff like riding on Pokemon through the open world in more of a 3D way, like kind of like the latest Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's flying, there's swimming Pokemon, and there's all these amazing looking things. So I really hope that this is something really cool, really new, because this is what I've always wanted out of Pokemon. Like as a kid, I was just like,
can you imagine they do like silver like this?
Oh man, that would be ridiculous.
That'd be amazing.
You should do them all.
So happy. All of that.
Like blue and red, just do them like this, all that.
Oh,
So I hope it lives up to something. But yeah, nerdgasm. But,
they won't do blue and red though, because that's what Let's Go Pikachu was.
Let's go Pikachu.
Maybe in 20 more years they will. But
that's true. If it makes money, they're gonna port the shit out of it.
Always comes back around. They're gonna say, yeah, these old 60-year-old dudes still care about Pokemon. Let's make a 3D open world remake.
Well, I mean, that's smart because those fans are starting to have kids and families, and you can, hey, I'm gonna tell my kids that they love Pokemon too. So we're gonna buy this.
Pokemon love to my kids, and yeah, they're really into it. The cards, and they know all the names and stuff like that. I would say Let's Go is the one that has been a hit in my house. They really love it. Like Ellie really is the one. Ruby not really, but the traveling system where you could ride the Pokemon and stuff, that's really cool to them and stuff like that. So little things like that. They seem like not much, but it's something big. It really makes a difference. And this is actually, I think, coming out in January. So I hope that it can live up to what I want it to be.
Sure.
Because with Shield and Sword, I did like it, but it felt like the same thing again. Like there wasn't enough innovation. And this is what I would like them to do. So hopefully it's something cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Pokemon never dies. It just keeps stays the same age, and we just keep getting older. But I guess real quick, just right off the top of your head, favorite Pokemon, go.
Lugia.
I have no idea.
Give me
something. Probably Charizard.
Yeah.
Charizard. Dragon.
Who's that luchador bird?
Oh yeah, a lucha. No, but Charizard's better than him. A dragon. Come on, that dragon. That was like all.
Not a dragon type. It's not a dragon type.
Fire, but he looks like a damn dragon.
He's fire and flying.
It's funny how the dragon type doesn't look like a traditional dragon as much as the fire non-dragon looks
There's
like.
a cloud that's a dragon. It's just a cloud, but yeah, the categories are weird. But for me,
it's funny, dude. Like I always. Oh, go ahead, dude. Tell us your favorite one.
Marowak.
Marowak, yeah. Ever since childhood, this dude has freaking loved Marowak.
I love Marowak.
Is it just that his weapon is a boomerang, or is there more to it?
Yeah, I me being very imaginative when I was younger, I would just imagine like he'd be the perfect like sidekick to like have all the time, and it would just be me and him walk around with
a bone at his head.
Just it's like, look at this slide, Marowak, yeah, they're all gone.
I remember me and Sonny. I had Marowak and he didn't, and he was like dying that I had it, and we spent the whole day like just talking about it, and like he wanted it the whole day, and finally by the end of the day he broke me down. He's like, dude, I'll give you the spoiled Gyarados for the Marowak. And then we did the trade, and then he told his dad, look, I got Marowak. And his dad's like, what'd you trade for it? And he showed him. He told him Garrett. Oh, he's like, you're ripping him off. Give him the trade back right now. And so he's like, no, I love Marowak. I don't care. It's just so hilarious, dude. How much this dude loves Marowak.
He's my favorite till the day I die.
That wasn't a horrible trade.
I guess he just saw it as shiny for a non-shiny or something. He was like, "Oh hell no!"
Marowak wasn't shiny?
No, just one of the basic cards.
Yeah,
that's a ripoff.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to, but the kid just wouldn't stop. And at the end of the day, I was like, fine, fuck here, you goddamn Gyarados.
Shit, that's funny. I love that.
Pokemon just never dies, like you say.
Never
But they
dies.
gotta innovate, man. They gotta that Sword and Shield. I wouldn't buy another one exactly like it. I would need an open world one.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And Let's Go was a good upgrade, like I said. So Snap, for me, not for me.
Yeah.
Other people I could see them getting really into it, but yeah, I couldn't.
Yeah. Is that part of your nerd out, or is that more news?
That was news.
Oh my God, we're still in use.
No,
Oh my god.
we got to speed up a little bit. Let's just kill it now. And do we want to just do one quick nerd out each? You got like a 1 minute time limit?
Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah.
Sure, we can try that.
I'll go first.
Go.
Are we in nerd outs?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go first. Football season's coming. I bought Madden. I bought the MVP edition, which is like the $100 edition. I didn't realize that it came with the digital version for PS5, and I was like, yes. So I sold the disc for like $45 or something like that. So I got Madden for only $50, where it should have cost me $70.
What do you get for MVP? Do you get like DLC or tokens or?
So there's like MUT, so it's called Madden Ultimate Team. It's basically like a virtual card game, and it got super popular over the years. So they just give you like
people sell that stuff.
extra coins and stuff.
Money, right?
Yeah, I can. Yeah. So I took the code and I could have the code. Actually, no, I needed to put in the code and get all that stuff to get Madden. So yeah, so I had to use it. But yeah, I'm getting in football mode.
Nice.
I will go with my nerd outs. Really quick. I found a podcast from 2019-2020, Eli Roth's History of Horror Uncut. I've never been a big fan of Eli Roth as a director, but I love the fact that he loves horror and he's talking to people who also love horror. And I love hearing people talk about their passions in life. It's just really good conversation. The first episode is Stephen King, and they're just like nerding out all over horror movies and like why they find it horror and scary and like the Eli Roth had this great analogy of like the first time you got scared will be the scariest the most scared you ever were, and you're chasing that high for the rest of your life, trying to find the next horror movie that was scarier than that one there. I'm like, he's not wrong. That was really cool.
Definitely.
Yeah, it was cool, and it's a Shudder original podcast that's on Spotify. Shudder, I love you.
Video too.
Yeah, and then moving on real quick, CM Punk made his debut in AEW today after not wrestling for 7 years. I'm not the biggest fan of him, but Chicago proved that we are the best city for sports. That place was erupting. I swear that roof was going to blow off the building.
Was it in Chicago?
Yeah, United Center.
What's he been doing for 7 years? He hasn't been acting or UFC.
Complaining about WWE, acting, doing some producing, writing. But he's back now.
Why does he get such a pedigree? Like, why does he get so much fanfare?
He's a guy that don't give a fuck. His promos are really good. He tends to kind of like talk like a normal person. The fact that he's like straight edge, he's got tattoos, he's like punk rock, he's like fuck the establishment, fuck this, fuck that, and like he's really like for the people. He's a man of the people. Again,
like that's a persona, or does it transfer to real life?
It transfers to real life. Now, granted, he got his ass whooped in the UFC twice, pretty bad, but he's still a really good talker, so people still like him. Again,
but is he now saying, "Help me, I'm poor. Give me some fights"?
No, he's very appreciative of the Chicago fans. He almost came to tears in the ring because again, like that place was imagine back when the Hawks were in the playoffs and they were doing the national anthem. That's basically what was going on while he was in the ring. The place just erupted. It was cool to watch.
Bandwagon.
How was his?
Sure.
Oh, my bad. Do you have a question?
No, go ahead.
How was his performance? Was he pretty good? Was he like?
He hasn't wrestled yet. He'll probably wrestle.
All that and he hasn't wrestled?
Yeah.
Like, hey guys. Bye.
Yeah. Again, like this guy was the hottest thing in the world.
He was.
Like 8 years ago. Like the numbers for Raw were through the roof. This guy was everywhere, and then WWE screwed him over. Oh, WWE did him dirty, really bad. Not to get into it, but basically, like the last thing WWE ever did was they actually fired him on his wedding day. He got the fax while he was putting his tuxedo on. Hey pal, you're fired. Good luck. See you later.
Why did they do that? He was the biggest draw in a long time.
Politics. People didn't like him, and they're like, "Oh, fuck this guy." It's a long story, so we're not gonna get into it here. But if you want to check that history out, go to Cole Cabana's podcast, look for CM Punk, and he'll.
It all sounds like it could be a documentary of some kind, and it would be.
Yeah, it'd be too much, but those are my two main nerd outs. So we'll move on to Frank, and he can get his nerd outs.
I have 2 games and a show, and I'll be fast. I rented 2 games from the library. I haven't had any time for video games, like maybe.
I absolutely love that you rent from the library.
Because, dude, I can't spend $70 on a game. So.
It's so smart.
Oh man, I have to do it. But it does take a while. Like I just got Rift Apart, and I think it came out in June or before. So it took me like 2 months to get it. Some of them take longer. Ratchet and Clank for PS5.
Oh.
That one took like 2 months waiting. Returnal took me since it came out, so that's like 3 months. And then Snap took like 4 months. It just depends when you place your hold and how many people are waiting for it. And then you only get like a week. And with me, that's like 30 minutes, dude. I don't have any time. But I really wanted to try these games. So I played Rift Apart. I did like it a lot. The graphics are really impressive. But it didn't strike me as like a must-have, must-finish, $70. Here you go, Sony. So, I mean, I do want to play it again at some point, but I'll probably wait until it becomes one of those like greatest hits or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see if I can get it from my neighbor and can play it.
Yeah, it was fun and everything. It brings the nostalgia back, and the guns are fun and everything is like that. But yeah, I was okay with giving it back right away. So I also got Returnal, which is another PS5. It is really cool, but like all games that are similar to this, I get frustrated, and Manny, when he was playing it, I could definitely see like where you do a run for 45 minutes, you get to the end, ass kicked, and you're like, I'm not doing that shit again. Like I'll wait a day or 2, and I'll try again, but I'm probably gonna get my ass kicked. So it is a cool game, I will say. And it's a nice sound design is really nice. It does take advantage of all the features. It's just expensive and time consuming and a little frustrating. So like down for that. The last thing is something called Calls on Apple TV.
Okay.
It's a different type of show. It is kind of like a horror podcast, but with visuals of Apple TV. Like you don't actually get any actors doing anything. You just get visualizations of audio, and it's all horror based. Maybe not horror, maybe like weird, like almost like Twilight Zone type stuff, where there's a weird phone call that occurs and you're listening to it. And
yeah. Violet showed me this.
Yeah, and people were like, I kept hearing it over and over, and I'm like, so I get in these moods where I don't want to watch anything, and then somebody will say something, I'm like, okay, I'll try it. I listened to 2 of them so far. I think there's 8, and they vary in length and stuff like that, but they're always kind of cool. And the voice acting is pretty good, in my opinion, for the first two, and the visualizations are interesting enough to where you want to listen to it. And coming from like listening to these horror podcasts and stuff, this pretty much is that with a little bit of visualization. And yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I just kind of like lost track of it because I went on vacation and then I was busy, but I want to get back to it, and I thought it was kind of cool. So, because I wanted to try it.
Nice. Very cool. Mm-hmm. Well, I hear the hike. Cool. Got anything else to add to your notes, or?
No, I'm all good. I was trying to rush through that.
All right, sounds good to me. So, if you guys listened to last week's episode, we are going to catch up with Frank. We're going to talk about not only the newest episode of What If from this week, we're talking about the one from last week, and the season 1 final of The Bad Batch. We'll begin into spoilers, heavy spoilers, talk about everything and anything. So if you haven't listened now, stop, go do what you got to do, come back and enjoy us talking about it. So I'll give you a couple seconds to sign off, and then we'll get into it.
I'm kicking this guy's booty right now.
In the booty. What's the score?
I lost my first 2 games, and now this guy decided to play with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Super Bowl champs. And right now, my defense and my offense is clicking.
Right.
I'm winning 21-0.
Oh, that's a good score. Very good. Hopefully will translate to real life.
Yeah. Well, I got field starting, so
nice.
that's step one.
We all hope for that, because Andy Dalton's not. I don't think is the best choice, but we'll see. Enough of our nerdy sports talk, because you guys aren't here for that. Unless you are, you do that too.
Frank's like, I don't give a fuck what's going on.
Yeah, I'm just there for the drinks and the food and the laughing. I'm not really there to watch what's going on or get invested.
Frank is the guy who goes, yeah, sports.
Yeah, beer, pretzels.
Sports equals beer.
Look at this pretzel. Can't you do a play like that?
Called pretzel. So,
oh god.
Did everyone watch what we were supposed to watch? All of What If and everything.
I did my homework.
So let's catch up from last week. Frank, your favorite character, Omega, is back doing Omega things. What do you think of the episode overall?
Oh, it was unexpected. It was more emotional maybe than I thought it would be, especially with Camino going down. I always thought of that as like maybe like an afterthought or like a uneventful thing that would have occurred. But this show has really like made it something that actually feels like it means something. So yeah, I mean, from that perspective, I was like into it as far as what they were trying to say. And then the crosshair stuff to me was interesting. I don't know if it was in this episode or the previous one, but they touched on the fact that maybe it wasn't solely the chip, or maybe it wasn't at all the chip, why he was acting this way. So I like that twist, to be honest with you. It's not as easy, it's not as safe. I thought it was kind of cool.
Yes.
And I like the conflict within him that Omega is bringing up the fact that they still love you, we're still family, stuff like that. So, I mean, it all hit for me, so I was good with it. It felt a little uneventful as far as the overall.
Like towards the end?
Yeah, like I was waiting for, there's always like a gut punch at the end of a season, and it didn't really happen.
Yeah.
It was more like an emotional thing where it was just like, well, Crosshair, you're kind of a douche, but we still love you. And it was just kind of like, okay, like, let's get going, and we'll pick this up in a year or whatever. But, I mean, I did enjoy it overall, but it did feel a little bit uneventful. And it was like partly due to what I was just talking about, but also partly to the amount of filler where it felt like this. It felt so disconnected because we would get one touch of this, and then we would wait 6 episodes and then get another touch of it, and wait 3 episodes, get another touch of it, and it's kind of like, I mean, I appreciate getting more, but I also need the tissue to run through the show a little bit more.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree. I think Crosshairs hands down is my favorite character in the show. Just because of the last 2 episodes of him, like, it wasn't always the cheap, and it's like, oh, shit, this guy, that's like, and like just
being a dick.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, he was, I believe he was programmed to be one, but like the way he talked about things, and it's like, you know, like, this is our duty, and like, you left me behind, and like all the verbiage and stuff he was saying. He actually has layers and depth to him. It's not just bad guy and Mike Cheap, he's not in. I'm like, he's more than that, and I really appreciate that, especially taking a week from last week to now to kind of think about it more.
Yeah.
Crosshairs is definitely going to be awesome. They need to put him more in the show. Maybe not too much, but more than what he was in this for first season. The Bad Batch needs to get the shit together. They need to figure out what they're going to do. Since Omega is the leader, she needs to tell him where to go.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, now I'm not as high on her as I was beginning because, again, she has no purpose anymore. Like, Camino's gone. The scientists are under the rule of the Empire now. There's really no need for her to be like, oh.
You don't think she has purpose now?
I mean, as of right now, it doesn't appear to be, because again, like, her getting kidnapped from the bounty hunters were from the scientists, and the scientists are either dead or now captive of the Empire. So unless they continue to hunt her down specifically instead of just the Bad Batch in general, maybe later. But again, now that I know that season 2 is coming, there's more potential, more stuff.
I guess they want her, why? To create more clones? No. Who would want that? They don't want to do it.
Have a pure gene blood. The scientists, the fish people wanted her, I guess. I feel like it was implied. I have no evidence to back this up, but essentially I think what their plan was, and I don't know if this was the purpose or if they just never got around to it, but they wanted to use her to make a backup army, I guess, against the Empire, just in case, or start something different.
Yeah.
Because again, with the specimen from Django was starting to go bad, so they need a new one to continue to make clones. And the fish people always kind of had like side projects, like, again, the Bad Batch and all that kind of stuff. Like, they kind of worked on some stuff that, you know, maybe isn't ideal for the Empire and all that kind of stuff. So
right, or it wasn't like what was asked for, but they wanted to do their own thing.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, but season 2 is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I could see both ways, but I hope that she does get an impact at the end. Some kind of impact. I don't know what, but something.
We're going to see the child in Bad Batch. That's my call right now. Yeah, we're gonna see Grogu animated at some point.
How old is he supposed to be? He's already like 100, right? By the time Mando finds him? Okay.
No, 50.
50, okay. Yeah, the math makes sense, because at this point, Luke is like a year old, or not even?
Well,
a few months old at this point.
I guess speculation time. I guess they can easily be paid to escort him to the temple, because we know that he wasn't always a captive, and, you know.
And Omega will tell them what to do and say, we can't do this. We got to take care of him.
We have to save him. I can't do an Australian accent, or I would.
And Hunter's like, all right.
Oh, your favorite part in this whole thing must have been Crosshair saying, so she's running it.
Yes. I mean, listen, man, Crosshair would have kicked her in the head a long time ago and been like, "Shut the fuck up and get your ass in the back of the ship." Man, dude, that was funny. Yeah, I like that.
Crosshair's the man. Yeah, again, it was good. I think Manny brought this up last week or 2 weeks ago. They definitely saved the budget for certain episodes, and these last 2 episodes look gorgeous. The animation was better. It flowed better. The action was solid. Yeah, I liked it a lot. Again, it doesn't leave me wanting more. I'm satisfied with what they gave me, but I'm not like I need to see what happens next. I'm more like curious of what's next.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to get them in live action or no?
Yeah.
So, yeah, they were supposed to be, but we'll see what they want to do with Rangers. They might move them to a different show because, that whole fiasco. But yeah, the plans are to bring them live action at some point in the Endoverse. So that'd be cool. And they don't even necessarily have to look like the actor. They just got to talk like them because they look a little different than him. So that'd be fun. Just leave your helmet on.
I mean, I'd love to see it in live action.
Yeah.
Dude, I would want a Cad Bane in live action. Oh, that would be awesome. I would love to see that, man. I know he's a caricature and stuff, not much depth or anything, but to me, man, he's one of the coolest.
Like Boba Fett proved time and time again, you don't need to be anything more than just what you are, because Boba Fett still just Boba Fett kicks ass, and we love him for that. He doesn't need anything more than that. So yeah, I mean that'd be cool because again, he's a bounty hunter, and I don't know. Well, where are we in the comics?
No.
Bounty hunters are still around, and obviously they're an empire and all that kind of stuff. But I don't think they're as prominent anymore. I don't know, but yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, like
they're always prominent. There's always some
around
who wants to.
Because like can't remember because like the I think it's the Bounty Hunter Wars in the comics is going on right now, and I forgot if that's before the original 3 or after or during, but actually I think it's before. Anyways, yeah, I kind of want more of that, so like, bringing him in would just kind of like feed that need and see him in live action. Just I don't know, lady, two people did.
I was surprised that they actually made me care that a droid was gonna get destroyed.
That little
droid was it around before? I mean, I don't really remember it that much.
He was in Clone Wars, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been around, and then he was in the first episode of the Bad Batch in that like hour-long episode.
Like so damn long ago that I can't remember.
Yeah.
Well, what is it? 15 weeks by now?
Yeah.
That's insane, dude. I mean, goddamn.
We watched it week to week, like
what? How long ago was that? 3 months or whatever.
Yeah, about four months.
No,
4 weeks.
4 months.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an eternity, bro. You can't expect me to be like.
It's eternity, bro.
But hey, I still felt something. I was like, wow. No, save that little droid. Little droid that could.
Yeah. The animation stuff is like peak Star Wars. It really is like awesome. Like the movies opened up the door and made everything possible, and that will always be in history. But the Clone Wars show and like even glimpses of this has like that really good storytelling. It's like peak Star Wars when they're right, and it's just good. Like again, let creative people who know what they're doing and love the project keep doing it, and this shit can go on forever.
And the big
bitch
take the credit and not get involved and fuck it all up.
Yeah, if you want the credit, get your little grubby hands out of it. But I think we're all in agreement. We like the Bad Batch. Probably could have done a couple things here and there, but overall, it was good.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yep, yep. Let's go ahead and talk about what if. Let's talk about the Captain Kata one. Kata. Yeah. So we kind of talked. We didn't get into spoilers or anything. We just kind of talked about how it was kind of funny how they were able to recap the whole movie like in half an hour. Um,
Yeah.
and like what I liked about the what if thing is like this one instance changes everything, and it was like okay, that's kind of cool, and then that gives you freedom to do whatever you want, and the fact that they went Hellboy on me and had a fucking kaiju come out of a Stargate is amazing. I loved it.
That was so cool.
That was great.
Yeah. I mean, I was impressed by the animation. I thought it was beautiful, man. The colors, the fluidity, the action, I thought was really cool. Very cool. So I was happy with this. More than I thought I would be.
Yeah.
And I wonder, I'm sure they are benefiting from the Clone Wars and the Bad Batch, utilizing that technology and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For the so.
Yeah. No.
It seemed like they cranked it out pretty quick. I mean, I'm like, you know, to me it was fast. So usually this type of stuff takes longer than the live action stuff.
Well, I mean that's a good question because I I I remember we were at Buffalo Wild Wings on a Saturday, I believe, when Chadwick Boseman died, and he probably shot this a month or maybe a year before. I'm not sure of the actual timeline, but because the animation takes a while in general. But yeah, I don't know. Disney has the funds to definitely do it fast. But what do you guys think of this being the first episode that they showed? This one was really considering, especially what we saw with this week's episode. It was very straightforward, very like this is Captain America, except it's Captain Carter, the exact same movie with some changes, and things here and there. But it was basically Captain America 2.0 kind of thing.
I actually didn't realize that Steve would be inside of the Stomper.
Mhm.
I didn't realize that for some reason. I thought that was a cool touch. I do like how they kept Steve's spirit
Mhm.
in the episode, even though he wasn't superhuman enough to do the things that he would do if he was superhuman, but he still had the heart and he still had the courage and stuff like that. So I like that.
Yeah. How about you, Manny? What did you think this was a good choice for the for first episode?
I think it was the only choice for the first episode, just to kind of like ease us in on what to expect. Because the second episode didn't really go the same way as this one, where it told you, and that's where everything changed. Unless I missed it, which was kind of disappointing because I wanted to see like what made everything kind of like turn on its head.
I think they did it in a different way.
They did.
They did it in a not so obvious way.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about that real quick. Well, because I mean, it was funny. It was like Yandu was hired to find the child, but instead of him doing it, he sent his brother. And he's like, what? He's got 2 ears and a mouth hole and eyes. It's like that was.
I like how they had the brother, the James Gunn brother character.
Yeah.
Still Taserface.
Taserface.
That was so cool. And the one guy, he got a little annoying though. The guy who famously says "who" when Peter Quill says Star-Lord.
Yeah.
He just rambled on too long and stuff, but that's okay. I still had fun and everything. I think they did it in a different way where it's like scarier because it's inevitable that there will be conflict, that there will be evil. Just not the same way that it happened in the other universe, but it will always happen, and there will always be bad and evil and somebody trying to be an asshole. and like Thanos, like he shows up unexpectedly for me anyway.
Yeah.
But something else still goes wrong. Like something will always still go wrong. So what kind of got me with that was like the whole comics situation. There's like a comic run where they go try to kill Thanos as a baby, And it's like if they succeeded, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have a nice, peaceful utopia.
Yeah.
There's always going to be some jerk you got to deal with. So
Yeah.
but that was kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what makes What If, when done really well, really cool. Because again, like you think it's Thanos is the bad guy, and turns out he's part of the team now. And I thought he was funny in this. He wasn't, uh, uh, especially with the jokes and the other characters were acting. He was really funny and subtle with his humor. Like he's still talking about like, oh, we could still destroy half the universe. It's really humane. There's no problem. I don't see the issue, but it's like he keeps like that's like his main focus every time he meets somebody, and it's funny. He's like, yes, but it's humane. It's like, oh, okay, you're still fucking crazy, but
I
you're just a
like
good
his
guy now.
moment that he had where he kind of still showed how dangerous he is.
Yeah,
He's like,
I mean,
oh no,
What
I'm not
moment was
crazy.
that?
I'm just mad. He said, or something like that. He's like, what are you, nuts? Are you going to go fight those 10 guys, or you're going to fight the Black Order by yourself? He's like, no, I'm mad, or whatever.
yeah,
He doesn't
yeah,
fight them.
that was cool.
I was like, all right,
Um,
he still has that spark, but he's not trying to destroy half the universe.
Yeah. And going back to the point where like everything changes, it did make a lot of sense because again, like Chadwick Boseman, this version of him is very sees the positive things in life. He's very upbeat. He's like, I want the adventure. I want to go out there and explore the world. and and like so like he like manages to turn all his enemies into friends. He like talks down Thanos and everyone knows him, and like because of this, everyone's different. Like Nebula's different. The Collector's on steroids. The boy's jacked. Like small changes kind of
It
happen
was
here
so
and there.
cool how he used all the stuff in his collection. That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
He never got that kind of treatment in our universe that we've been watching.
So that I can't remember the actor. Oh my goodness, blanking.
Benicio?
Yes, was that him by any chance, or
I don't know.
kind
To be honest with you.
of had his cadence, but I was like, well, I wasn't sure. But
I'm
no,
not sure when he returned, but overall everything seemed to fit. Like my brain accepted it.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I hear you. The action was really good in this.
Yeah.
I like the animation in this one a little bit more because I think of the colors. It was more
Yeah.
bright. It popped out. It looked really nice. Again, it's more of a nitpick on my end, but it doesn't stop me from enjoying anything. I think the humor is a little too childish or a little
Yes.
too much.
I agree.
It's like Marvel jokes, but like turned up to 10. But the act.
Like, does Gamora never? Does he never adopt Gamora?
Correct.
Because
That Gamora.
Yeah.
I'm more interested in what happens at the end, man.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, what does that even mean? Like, with ego.
That was cool. Well, that is interesting because I mean, we saw the Collector had Mjolnir, he had the shield, so there might be no Avengers in this world. Wakanda is still Wakanda, but the fact that he went down himself to go visit his son Quill at a burger joint, just mopping the floors, and he's like, "This moment would lead to end or something with the end of the world, blah blah blah." But that's a story for another time. I was like, "Oh, you tell me now if you want. It's fine. I'm not going anywhere." But no, these are really fun. I'm very excited to see what they're going to
like coming around when they're dealing with multiversal stuff.
Yeah, it is cool. And I am more excited for the stories now that come out because again, like the twist with Thanos in here, kind of like, hey, he's a good guy now. Like I kind of want to see what they're gonna do next with characters, with like the zombie stuff, Doctor Strange. The fact that Doctor Strange is Doctor Strange and Spider-Man gets the cape too, either in the same episode or a different episode. It's kind of interesting to see how that's gonna play out. I'm very.
If I'm not mistaken, the Doctor Strange one's the next one.
Next one. That'd be a good one.
Yeah. Have they not said which one is the next one?
It's out there.
Okay.
I don't think they say it like Disney, but it's out there.
I haven't been looking for it. Okay, just let it happen.
It's out there.
It's up on me every week. I'm like, doesn't even like, it wasn't like Bad Batch where I was like, okay, it's Friday, Bad Batch.
Well, yeah, because I think Manny brought this up too. Like, it's weird. Like on a Wednesday, it's like, oh shit, it's Wednesday. I forgot. Gotta,
You're like,
comes
Wednesdays
out
are supposed to suck. Why am I getting a cool show on a Wednesday?
yeah, there was something nice of getting like WandaVision and Captain, I'm gonna say Captain Planet, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Bad Batch on a Friday. It's at the end of the week, gives you a nice little treat to go in to the weekend. Regardless of how I feel about certain shows, it was still like gave me something to be like, oh, it's Friday, cool, new things out.
Maybe Wednesday gives you more viewers. I don't know. And I don't know if that even matters. I don't know.
I'm just assuming that Marvel will be on Wednesdays and Star Wars is on Fridays moving forward, just in general, maybe. Like days will be for certain shows and for franchises. So I don't know.
Maybe,
yeah, because I mean, you put it all on the same day, everyone will watch it, but they kind of want to gauge who's watching what and how often.
All that kind of stuff.
Statistics.
What if's pretty awesome, man. More than I thought.
Yeah. And
are we getting 8 or 6? I forgot.
9.
9?
Nice.
The hell? Okay, I'll take it.
That's cool. That means they've shown a couple stuff we haven't seen yet, so that's gonna be interesting. Really fun.
I was thinking about the figures too, because they haven't had everything show up. Like if they had a Thanos figure, people would be like, "What the hell's this?"
Yeah.
They ruined it.
Yeah.
So, why did you guys do
it? So like obviously you got the Marvel Zombie one, you got Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, but a lot of that have a quarter of those figures were already in the first 2 episodes. So they're saving some good stuff for later. So that's nice.
The Spider-Man one is the zombie one.
Okay, cool. Okay. So there you go. That they'll like these figures will probably cover the first 4 episodes, and then the rest will be a nice.
The Spider-Man one is actually towards the end. The zombie one is actually one of the last ones.
Yeah. So I mean, because I'm talking about like toy wise. So that covered Captain Carter. That covered Wakanda. That covers Spider-Man, and then the Doctor Strange figure. And then I think all of them are accounted for.
Well, Doctor Strange is getting his own. Yeah.
Oh, right.
So Doctor Strange is getting his own.
So
and then Spider-Man Zombie. So you're missing the Thor one. You're missing. There's an Ultron. There's an Ultron one.
That's like the toy line itself. Like those episodes only count for like 4 episodes, so we don't know what's going to happen in the next 5, which is nice. There's a lot of.
There's a Gamora one, if I'm not mistaken, too.
Oh, shit.
I'm missing one.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good lineup. Real quick, if you were in charge of like, hey, pick whatever character you want, make a story, or just give me a character that you would love to like work on, who would you pick?
It doesn't have to be what if or what.
So let's say they hire you to write for what if. So like, hey, you can pick any character in the MCU, big major character, small character. Who are you gonna make a story for?
I might do Iron Man if he goes evil instead of good. Like if he doesn't realize that his weapons are hurting people and he actually goes worse, he becomes like a bad Iron Man or something.
That's the other one.
Killmonger.
Yeah.
Killmonger? Yeah. I think he's gonna be in it, dude. I saw an image of him.
Oh yeah, he's in it with
somewhere.
Tony Stark. Yeah.
That's the one you would do?
No, I would do Umbaku. I would love to do something with like him, maybe fighting off a alien invasion or something different. Just kind of like focus more on his character because I really like his character. I think it'd be kind of cool to stick with
Or it'd be
Wakanda.
cool if him and T'Challa were switched,
Yeah.
and Baku is the heir to the Black Panther.
Or
mantle.
I think I think it would just be a cool like monster episode if like the vibranium inside the earth under Wakanda actually carried monsters on it, kind of like Attack the Block, and he has
Like
to
it created them or something.
yeah. So then like he has to either choose to destroy all the vibranium or save his people, and it's like, oh shit, what do I do? What do I do? Like this gives us power, but my people will die. I don't know. It'd be kind of cool.
That means so much Wakanda you can do. That's pretty cool.
Great place. How about you, Senor Menis?
Spider-Man related.
I don't know. I wouldn't.
It's hard, right?
I don't really have one. Yeah. Because we haven't like hidden Wolverine, or we haven't hidden Fantastic Four and stuff like that. I can't. I don't know, man. I can't really say. It almost would be like a kind of like a Superior Spider-Man kind of story, but I mean, obviously that happened.
That'd be cool. Anyway, who cares?
Yeah.
I want to see stories that are already made, like the Hydra one, like Captain America being part of Hydra, even though we got like a little taste of it. Not a taste of it, but like a tease of it in what is it called? Which one's the best one? Gosh darn it! Which one's the best Captain America movie? It wasn't Winter Soldier. Was it Winter Soldier? Yeah, no, I think it was Winter Soldier.
Okay.
When he says "Hail Hydra."
Wasn't that in?
That's Endgame, isn't it?
Or before Endgame?
Yeah, because he goes in the elevator.
Oh, that is Endgame.
It is, yeah.
That is Endgame.
Oh, that was on your top 10 list. Yeah, that's interesting.
It all makes sense. No, calm down, Mr. fucking Booksmart Part 2. That's all combined with like Winter Soldier, so they go back in time.
Sure.
But that part, like if they do that, that would be kind of cool. Like he was always bad to begin with.
I'm surprised how much they did with the Loki stuff.
Oh, there's a Loki show coming, or a Loki episode.
Oh,
Jeez,
man.
there is.
Of course he is. That
like, there's enough Loki, goddammit.
Yeah, actually, I think he's the next episode. I think he's the next What If episode.
Oh.
Okay.
Hope they do a good job on it.
Yeah.
Or maybe he kills Thor or something. I don't know.
It's the alligator episode. Yes. The crocodile, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, frog. Yeah. Just fun.
Frog.
Yeah. Do we have anything else to add to that? Unless we want to talk about just about stuff, which is cool me, but
I think I am fizzled out.
Frizzled out. You're frizzled out, Miss Frizz. Okay. We will call it there then, guys. It was a productive show. A lot of talking. I think it was a good episode. You guys know our whole spiel here. You can follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Three Nerds on a Sunday. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcast, any podcasting app of your choice, and YouTube as well. All Three Nerds on a Sunday. Let us know what you like, what you don't like. If you hate our faces, if you love our faces, any interaction is appreciated. So until next week, guys, watch What If and join us next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
What If?